Rafael Alcalde desde el Madison Square Garden, previo al UFC 159, presentado por Metro PCS este sábado por la noche en vivo por pay-per-view y acompañado por el presidente del UFC, Dana White. We had 3 fights here at MSG today for the press conference. I mean, different all. Jake Congo against Roy Nelson. One of the guys is like David fighting Trek. Right. Let's say, I heard you really liked that fight from the beginning.
I love this fight. I've actually been excited for this fight. If it was your first time ever watching MMA, you'd be like, "Oh my God, look at this setup! This fat dude's about to get murdered here." But you look at Czech Congo, and he's this massive, imposing muscle everywhere, and then there's a short, fat guy with a mullet. But people who are really hardcore fans don't understand the sport. This is a great fight. You're going to see some good striking. Roy Nelson has a granite chin and knockout power, and so I wouldn't say that Congo has the chin that Roy has, but he can finish a fight with a knee, kick, punch, anything.
And definitely against Barry, he showed that he can stay in the fight. But this is going, I think it's like the 4th or 3rd weekend in a row. Mega fight, mega events. We had the fight card on Fox.
Yep.
Great night, but
this is our 4th in a row.
Fourth in a row, yeah. Exactly. So, Michael Bisping and Alan Belcher, both guys coming off of losses, and one big mouth, one other guy very, very quiet. But it surprises me that Bisping gets bothered by the videos they put out on him. Rivera kind of got under his skin. Now Belcher kind of got under his skin as well. What's your take on the fight?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to piss off Michael Bisping, but another great fight. I respect both guys. I think that Belcher's game has really come full circle. He always had the striking. Now his ground game is just as impressive. So it's going to be a tough fight for Bisping.
For those guys ordering the card on pay-per-view, the main event is one that we've been watching. The great season we had on Top. Thank God it was taped again. It was awesome. And a couple of things. Were you surprised that Chael has not been able to get under the skin of John Jones? And what do you think of the fight?
Well, he's definitely under his skin already. He's irritated. Yeah, but he used a very different type of mental warfare on him this time. He was acting nice and just throwing John off. John didn't know what to be cool back or what to do. It's been really frustrating, and what I can tell is, number one, he showed how he respects Chael Sonnen because he's in great shape for this fight. I mean, I've never seen him so ripped. And number two, I think he really wants to get this fight out of the way and put it behind him.
You're from Boston. I went to school in Boston. I shared the Celtic. I'm a Celtic fan. Don't like the Red Sox, but right. After what happened in Boston on April 15th, I know it's tragic and everything, but you can't wait to get there. I know we're going to be there in August, but how difficult, how sweet and sour is going to be the return to Boston?
Yeah, Saturday after this fight here in New Jersey, I'm going right to Boston, and I'm going to be there over the weekend. I'm meeting with the mayor on Monday, and a lot of I have a hard time talking about this. I don't know why I have such a hard time talking about this, but a lot of cool people have stepped up and sent money to the families. I mean, almost 300 people who lost, who were either maimed or lost limbs. A couple people died. It's just so terrible. I've been to that race before. I've been to that race. I've been at the finish line. Kids are off school that day. It's a holiday. It's so terrible. And some of the stories that, like the father whose son died and this little 6-year-old girl lost her leg. I mean, and the wife got hurt too. It's just so. And when you see the images, the bombers set that backpack right next to those kids, man. You know what I mean? It's just so cowardice and disgusting. And, Fox wrote a check for Boston. UFC wrote a check for Boston, and I'm personally writing a check for Boston, too. And so
we're hoping that everybody can, get past. Obviously, we're never going to be able to forget such a tragic event. It hits right at home.
I'm going to go there, and I'm gonna meet with people about this situation, number one. And number two, I'm going to enjoy Boston. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to the Celtics game. It's Game 4 against New York. I'm going to go to that game. I'm going to do some fun things there, too.
And that's definitely what we all need to do. Yeah, and when I found out, we're going back to Boston, I think I'm going to get there the Sunday before the event so we can really enjoy and show what the city has to offer.
Yeah, me too. I'm pumped for this weekend. I'm pumped for August, too.
We'll see UFC 159 live on pay-per-view this Saturday night. Call your cable provider. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you, sir.